Today is the 60th anniversary of the United Nations Declaration on Human Rights. And a few speakers have talked about what are the important parts of human rights. It's U60. Now, I am also exactly 60 years old. So U60 also refer to me. Now, can I ask how many of you older than 60 years old, please put up your hand. All right. Now, the people older than 60 years old like me, I want to tell you what Singapore was like when I was young. I bought my HDB flat in Marine Parade. It cost me $35,000. 4-room flat, $22,000. 3-room flat, $15,000. In those days, the HDB flats are affordable. Of course, today, the HDB flats are so expensive that people find it unaffordable. And I think Kin Lian gave you the statistics. In those days, when I was in Marine Parade, my member of parliament was Mr. Goh Chok Tong. At that time, the MPs and the people can talk to each other quite close. Of course, today is a very different environment today. Now, I want to say, this is Mr. Leong Si Hien, but the rain, little drop of rain won't hurt me. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. It's all right. Now, the theme of today's talk, today's gathering here, is called Social Justice and Fairness. When I was involved in the mini bond, the high notes, the pinnacle notes, why was I involved? Because first, 1 year ago, I already found the product was quite suspicious. Why were these being sold? So I try my best to tell people in my blog, don't buy this kind of product because what is given to you not very clear and the return is not very good. Of course, my blog, some people have read, but other people didn't read. So they were misled to invest in these notes. Of course, when we now know how bad those notes were, how risky, I try my best to organize the petition to ask the government to check whether or not the banks that created the product, did they break any laws? I organized the petition, I submit to MAS, I met with them. Later on, I organized a second petition, and then a third petition. Now all these are just to be fair. How can people, ordinary folks, be misled and lose their lifetime savings? Is it fair? And I say it's not fair. The government must do something. Of course, I was quite surprised, quite shocked at the attitude of the government. The senior ministers, what they speak. You should take your own responsibility. You never open your eyes. That makes me even more angry. So I say, no, we must continue to fight until at least there is fair treatment, justice. So this is called social justice. Now, some of you are affected. You appreciate what I'm trying to do. But Supposing you are not affected, what do? You just stand by and say bad luck to those affected. And I ask you those, if today somebody else is affected, they are also our fellow human beings, our neighbors. We must come out and help them. Because next time when we are affected, they will come and help us. This is called social justice. Social justice cannot be, I only take care of myself. Only when I'm affected, then I come out. That's not social justice. Social justice requires us to come and say, this is not fair. Although I'm not affected, I must be willing to speak. Now, actually, I don't want to stand in any election, either as president or as member of parliament. I'm 60 years old. My wife says, what for I go and get into trouble? And many people say, Mr. Tan, you must be careful. You see what happened to Jayaranam, you have to see what happened to this, what happened to that. It will happen to you. So therefore, for me, do I want to have this kind of trouble? I'm quite well off. I don't need to have this kind of trouble. But I say, do we want Singapore to carry on like this? Now, Mr. Leong Sihian tells you how many people cannot afford to pay their HDB flat. Let me tell you why these people can't afford. Many of them lost their jobs. They cannot find another job, so they can't afford to pay. Today you have your job. Tomorrow you lose your job. You will be like one of them. Now, I am going to put my speech in the online citizen. What must we do? Mr. Ravi Menon says a living wage. That means a salary a person earns must be enough at least to pay for housing and food and to live a humble life. But if not even enough, how many people have to do 2 jobs? Have to work 16 hours just to survive? Is this the kind of social justice? So I ask you, please read and understand why I am willing to come out. Hopefully, it's not for me, I'm 60 years old. But I want to encourage other people to come up.